Hey there, as we continue to move through the Mr. Vague catalog, this evening I'm looking at Conceived Out of Wedlock Blues, sometimes called just Wedlock Blues. I wrote this song when I was 19 years old, and it's basically about, it's just a straight ahead blues tune. It is about a guy who meets a girl, has a fling with her, and they wind up having a baby, and he's 21 at the time, and that's pretty much it. It's a silly, fun song, really, and very simple, as most of the Mr. Vague tunes are. This one's a real upbeat tune, fun to play at live gigs and shows and breweries and things. That is it. It's your basic chords. I think the first chords that I learned were A, E, and D. And I used to play, the first song that I think I learned was called Games People Play. Remember that? Oh, the games people play now, every night and every day now, never meaning what to say now. So you get the idea. Here we go. So that would be the intro. And that is the little filler. It's basically the intro and a kind of spacer between the verses and whatever else happens in the tune. It's kind of the theme section of the song, if you call it that glues everything together. The verses, it's in the key of E. After the intro, and we'd roll, and I'll put the link in the description so you can give the song a listen, but we would roll on an E before the verse would start. And the verse would be right out of E. And it's basically straight blues. Well, I was just a lonely teenager, out on the road. I was just another stupid toad, and I met you, baby, and you caught my train. And since that day, baby, things haven't been the same. And you'd roll right into the second verse right there. And you can see too how the intro thematic segment, if you call it that, it shows up in the middle of the verse. Well, I was just a lonely teenager out on the road. I was just another stupid toad. I met you, baby, and you caught my train. It's right here. And since that day, and then you go to a B to an A, and then back. That's the gist of the way the verses carry in the song. So you've got the basic blues, fun song to play, and there's a couple different versions that I have on the YouTube channel and over on Bandcamp and other places. There's a live version that we did at an Ironman festival, and there might even be an acoustic version. I believe I played this on a couple of radio show promo gigs or whatever the heck we were doing, or I was doing back then.
I was just only a teenager out on the road. I was just another stupid toad. I met you, baby, and you caught my train.
Let's see. So you've got verses, 3 or 4 or 5 verses, and there is a bridge. The bridge rolls cruises on out of this. Goes up to an A. Well, I guess we gave just a little too much. To an E. On the couch, a watching Starsky and Hutch. Hey, baby was great, but the next day I left town. I knew I pulled out today. And you're back to that pattern again.
Well, I guess we gave just a little too much, lying on the couch watching Starsky and Hutch. Baby, it was great, but the next day I left town. I knew I pulled out too late.
That is the gist of the song. You've got, what, three chords there, and it's a straight ahead kind of blues rocker type song. A fun song to play. I will get Dr. Shank, who teaches over at the university, I will get him to do a thorough examination of the lyrics.
That's me.
Now, there were two versions of this song. One of them had to deal with, this young couple has the baby, and they have the baby, it gets, you know, like some Mr. Vague lyrics, it touches on a possibly controversial subject. I think in that state that they lived in, they had to have the baby because of the laws. That's the first version of the tune. The second version of the song is the happy version, in which they're 21 years old, or he's 21 years old, and they have the baby and everybody's happy. They wanted to have the baby. So you've got a kind of one version where they didn't want to have or at least the guy wasn't ready to have the baby, but they did, and he's in that situation now. That's the first version. The second version is everybody wanted the baby and everybody's happy. So there might even be a third version. I don't know. I'm guessing that Dr. Shank will understand some of the sarcasm and play on words and subtle humor that might are invoked in this mind-bending journey of a song. I've got a lot more material that we're going to be producing on our channel, and I do hope that you all subscribe if you're not subscribing already, or subscribed already. I guess that's something you do once. It's not a motion, right? So it would be subscribed rather than subscribing. Dr. Shank, is that right?
What a twit. Outside looking in. Or is it inside looking out? Hello there, I'm Dr. Shank. I've got the official lyric sheet for Conceived out of Wedlock Blues, or as it's often called, so Mr. Vague tells me. How's my hat? No, it's okay there. It's also usually called Wedlock Blues, just as a quick term version of it, Oh, baby, I hope everybody out there in YouTube land is doing fantastic. Oh, sorry. So, let's see. Conceived out of Wedlock Blues. And I'll put it up here, too, so I can look. If I'm looking over here, and then I'll put it up here, so I look right into the screen. Is it over there? Or is it over there? I don't know. I teach over at the university. I'm not real familiar with the phones yet, I'm more into electronic circuits and English composition and things. Anyway, the first verse. I was just a lonely teenager out on the road. I was just another stupid toad. So he's saying he's a little amphibian that's kind of dumb. My hat keeps flipping up. That's not the lyrics. Okay. I was just another stupid toad till I met you, baby. And you caught my train. Now, what does that mean? I was just a stupid toad, and you caught my train. So he must be passing through like a toad, and that baby, whoever that is, I'm assuming this Mr. Big singing, it must be a damsel. And she caught his train, okay? And since that day, baby, things haven't been the same. So that's the first verse. Well, I was barely 18 years old, and a voice at the auction said sold. Oh, no, a man at the auction, his voice said sold. And you, baby, you came home with me. My teeth are a little sore over here today, you know. Maybe I should see the dentist. Okay, so where was I? I was barely 18 years old. The man at the auction, his voice said sold. And you, baby, you came home with me. You put wind in my sails of love, and you blew me right across the sea. You blew me right across the sea. So he's using a sailboat kind of metaphor here. The sails are getting blown across the sea. I got a frog in my throat again. Or is it toad? Oh, baby. All right, getting back to the lyrics. Well, I was on this losing streak. I was putting out fires trying to take a leak. Ooh, that's some slang right there. Dr. Shank knows that taking a leak means going pee-pee. So Mr. Vegg's talking about putting out fires, taking a leak. That is futile. So is resistance. Both are futile. I see. So he's being sarcastic here. Putting out fires, taking a leak. He's basically saying that he's wasting his time. You know, doing something that's not gonna amount to anything. He's not gonna be able to put out the fire with a fiji. I was putting out fires, taking a leak, and you, baby, you taught me how to burn. Do you see the play on words? Putting out fires, taking a leak, you taught me how to burn, baby. So he goes from trying to put out the fire, and this damsel, this lady, teaching him how to burn, baby. Oh, man. My goodness. I don't know. Taught me how to burn? I didn't know my ass from a hole in the ground. He didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Anyway. I knew I had a lot to learn. So in this verse, this is the 1, 2, 3rd verse. Mr. Veg is saying that he didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. That kind of slang term means that you don't know anything, okay? He knew he had a lot to learn. And I think this woman, she taught him how to burn, baby. Yeah. So I think that's where the gist of this tune is gone. He's out rolling around, meets this woman, and things start to catch on fire. Okay, the 4th verse. Well, I knew how to tie my shoes. I knew how to sing the blues. And you, baby, you taught me how to live. You taught me how to love, how to take, and how to give. Isn't that sweet? That's a nice verse. Well, I knew how to tie my shoes, so he knows that much, right? It's not too much, but you learn that when you're a little kid. And I knew how to sing the blues. Well, you know, if you know how to sing the blues, it means you pay your dues, right? Yeah, yeah. Anyway, good stuff. You taught me how the last line now leads into this bridge. You taught me how to love, how to take, and how to give. So Mr. Veg here is giving, the songwriter, the song person, the main protagonist. Okay, I got a second page here. Let me grab this. Now we'll go to the bridge. Where's that confounded bridge? Okay. Ah, yes, the bridge. Well, I guess we gave just a little too much. Lying on the couch watching Starsky and Hutch. But baby, 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 it was great. But the next day, I left town. I knew I pulled out too late. Let's see here. They both gave just a little too much. Lying on the couch, watching Starsky, and so they're watching a television show and they gave too much. And then the third line is, baby, baby, but baby, 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 it was great. But the next day I left town, I knew I pulled out too late. We'll have to ask Mr. Veg. Okay. Okay. I have a few ideas on that, but I'm going to reserve judgment. I'll take the Fifth Amendment here. And now you may have heard that there are two different endings to this song. I think Mr. Veg explained that in his go-over of the tune itself and how to play it. Listen to this. This is the original version, which has to do with, there's some difficult things to discuss sometimes. But let me see. So now I'm an adult, I'm 21, I've got an apartment, I've got a son, cause of you, baby, and the laws in the state. I'd be riding free and easy if it was 1968. I guess that means that if it was 1968, he would be not in this situation anymore. He'd be riding free and easy. So it sounds like he's in a situation, apartment, son, with this woman, and he might not want to be in that situation. At least that's the first version. And the second and so far final version of the last verse here, this is actually would be the 1, 2. This would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th verse actually of the song. So now I'm an adult, I'm 21, I've got an apartment, I've got a son, cause of you, baby. And hey, I'm glad, cause there's plenty of loving and good times to be had. Isn't that sweet? So the new version is much more upbeat, optimistic, and happy. That's nice. Anyway, this is an interesting tune. Again, Mr. Veg plays with those words. I don't understand a few of these slang terms, but maybe they're a little over my head, you know. But yeah, I like this song. And if you ever listen to it, I'm sure he'll put the description, Mr. Veg will put the description on the video. Check out the live version. There's a couple different versions of this song, but there's a good live version. I like it. It's fun. Oh, yeah. Hey, I'll talk to you next time. When I was just a lonely teenager out on the road, I was just another stupid toad till I met you, baby. Oh, yeah, oh, baby, baby, baby.
Again, we're traveling back in time to learn ourselves how to play these tunes that we used to play.